Bradley Johnson, Bulldog Boxing. Let's talk Triple G, and then let's talk some Mayweather in the cage. First of all, Triple G. The consensus online on some of the boxing forums, and I'm not very happy with some of the boxing forums. They're very trollish. Was one of them on the World of Boxing or something? Very trollish, but you're entertaining a little bit. It's how some boxing forums end up being. As far as Triple G is concerned, don't be a casual. Understand the business. I agree. I'm not happy with what's going on with the fight. I do think Triple G should take a decent name. At this, where we're at in the game right now, it's the 15th, 14th. So we're talking about basically 3 weeks to pick an opponent. So we're not going to get a quality opponent, most likely. You're not going to get a big drama show. But this is where people act very casual about it. You blame it on him. Canelo's the one that didn't pass the piss test. They talking about contaminated meat. Look, I guess you're innocent until proven guilty without, a reasonable doubt or whatever. At the end of the day, he didn't pass his piss test. It screwed up the huge fight, one of the biggest fights of the year. So it leaves it on Triple G to find an opponent kind of last minute. I mean, they're both already in training camp. Is it Triple G's fault? Of course not. Would we like to see a good opponent? Yes. Is Vans, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Martirosin, is he a quality opponent? Hell fucking no. 154-pound guy, 3 losses. He lost to Lara. I think he lost to Andre, and I think he lost to maybe, I don't even know if it was a Charlo or something, but he's got L's on his record. He's not an elite fighter. Definitely not an elite fighter at 160, which he's never fought at. Terrible idea. Terrible idea for Golovkin's team to even bring that name up. Spike O'Sullivan would have been a much better opponent, and I think Spike O'Sullivan has character, so it would have at least brought something to the table. It would have been slightly interesting. Slightly. Of course we want to see a Charlo. I'm glad they're not picking a Charlo, though. The reason why is, if you're going to fight Jamal Charlo, you want that to build, because Charlo got character. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people don't like Charlo. He's got some haters, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing in boxing. He speaks his mind. He never bites his tongue. Let it rock, But you want to build up for that. You don't want to do a 3-week build up to fight Charlo. You want 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months. So, Danny Jacobs, they don't want that problem. Because you know why? And I'm a Triple G fan. Danny Jacobs can upset him. It's a possibility. It was a very close fight last time. I thought Triple G edged the fight out. I think it was 7 rounds to 5 I had it. Triple G did have the knockdown. That made a difference in the fight. It was a close fight. But no, you're not putting Danny G. If you're Triple G's management, not Triple G will fight Jacobs. If you're his management, you're not taking a couple $1 million fight with Jacobs to possibly get upset and throw off a fucking $20 million payday with Canelo in September. Because they're going to give him a slap on the wrist, make this thing go away. He's probably fighting in September. If for some reason they suspend him longer, then he's got to find a quality opponent for September. As a Triple G fan, I don't like what's going on. It's not a good look. You don't want to be pulling these random names out for such a big fight. But it's on management at this point. I mean, it really is. It's on promotion. It's about money. It's no longer Triple G the fighter, which I enjoyed. Okay? It's not about Triple G the fighter no more. It's about Triple G the name. Triple G the money maker. He's 36 years old. He's probably got 3 to 5 fights left. Okay? And it could be less than that. It could be a couple fights. But if he really wants to do it, he's got 3 to 5 in him. longer depending on his training. Um, if he has a desire to stick with it. But at the end of the day, they're at the point where they want the money fights. I'd love to see him fight Billy Joe Saunders. I'd love to see him fight Charlo again. I could care less about this Canelo bullshit, man. Except just because Canelo's been promoted so well, it's a good fight. Fight Canelo, fight Billy Joe, definitely fight a Charlo. That's a great matchup. And the animosity that the Charlos bring, that right there, that's a moneymaker. That's something you got to do 24/7 on. And I would say he should go up and fight at 168. The only issue with Triple G is he is 36 years old, and in boxing years, people find that to be old. I don't think it is, but he's not gonna have the chance, if he is, where a lot of experts say he is, towards the end of his career, he's not gonna have the chance to prove what he really is. He's a great fighter. He's a great middleweight. He's about to break Bernard Hopkins' record for most middleweight defenses of his title. It's a shame it went down like this. It's not his fault. I wish he just went back to the old Triple G and said, fuck it, I'm going to fight 5 times a year. I don't give a fuck. Put him in front of me. Let's do it. You know, be the wrecking ball that you are. You're Triple G. Be Triple G. It's why I respect some of the old school guys a little more. These guys would fight fucking April 14th and turn around and fight May 5th and then June 9th and then July 4th. I mean, they fought guy after guy. Didn't matter who it was. They just fought. The politics and the promotion in it screws things up a little bit. So next, real quick, on to Mayweather. Don't buy the fight. If you're a fan of fighting, don't buy the fight. That's all I can tell you. Until Mayweather says he's going to be willing to play by MMA rules, don't buy the fight. I mean, and I gotta probably do a separate video on this, but this is fucking ridiculous. Because you're gonna take, a lot of people out there are gonna take that hard-earned cash out of their pocket, and you're gonna fucking buy the fight. For what? To see a guy dress up like an MMA fighter that's not an MMA fighter, and not go by MMA rules, just happen to be, instead of have ropes on your side, you're gonna have a cage on your side, and then you're gonna call it an MMA match, a UFC match. Complete garbage, man. They robbing you. They're robbing all of us because we like to see big names, and it's a circus act. If he really wants this, and if he's going to take your money, get in there and do it. Who gives a fuck? If he takes an ass whooping, then he takes an ass whooping. He's got to go ahead and do it. We've all taken ass whoopings in life. If you never took an ass whooping, you ain't never fought enough then. You got to take an L here and there, or at least give yourself the opportunity to, and grow from it and get better, and know you can recover from it, know you can take the beating. You got to go out there and do it. So, if he's not willing to do that, don't be so stupid and pay your money to see him in a fucking cage just because he got smaller gloves on. Fight. I actually give him a shot. I think if he really puts his mind to it, he'd have a shot at doing something. I don't know, a small shot, 1%, whatever, but at least it's a shot. But when you're talking about no elbows, no kicks, no takedowns, you can clinch. Nobody cares if you could clinch. What does that even mean? Big deal. You gotta go all out. Come on, man. You're a full-time elite athlete. You'll have time to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At least learn how to avoid a couple things. So at the end of the day, don't buy the fight. If you do, you're feeding into it. And he knows it. He looks at people like you're suckers. Him and McGregor are saying the American public and the world public is a bunch of suckers. They're going to buy this regardless. They're going to sell the fact that, oh, he could lose. Oh, he got 4-ounce gloves on. He's never fought with 4-ounce gloves on. Oh, it's going to be so awkward. Watch him. Watch the way they sell this. They're going to sell it. It's going to be so awkward for him. He's not going to know what he's doing and all this bullshit. Don't buy it. If you're going to buy the fight, make him be able to take him to the ground. That's all I got for today.